up, everybody? Fester here, along with my partner in crime, Big Dan. Say hi to the camera.
Hi, camera.
Oh. Welcome back to the new season of Generally Offended.
2018.
2018 edition. Woo.
Trying to change things up a little bit.
We are.
Trying to get back to basics.
I really need a new chair. This one's gone.
Yeah, we gotta get some new chairs in this place.
Yeah.
We're trying to get back to basics, our basics anyway, back what brought us together in the first place.
Which is wrestling.
That's what's on tap first is wrestling. We're going to try and do a few other different things too, but that's where we're going to start. That's where this whole thing started anyway. Indeed. We're back when we were talking about doing a podcast. That's where it started. So we said, hey, why not? Why not? So what we're going to try and do, we're going to do prediction shows, which is not what tonight is.
No.
For the WWE pay-per-views, or whatever they're called these days.
The Royal Rumble! Just like Michael Buffer.
And in between the prediction shows, we're going to hopefully do just our general take on the state of wrestling.
Which is what tonight will be about.
Yeah, that'll branch out probably beyond WWE a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been out of watching wrestling now for probably, WrestleMania. I watched WrestleMania last year, and I forced myself to watch Raw and SmackDown for about another month afterwards, and that's about as far as I got. Yeah. I never watched the next pay-per-view, whatever the next pay-per-view was after that.
We watched WrestleMania last year.
Yes, we did, yeah.
Because I geeked so hard.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be one of the topics tonight. So I said, okay, if we're going to do this, I'm going to get back into it.
Yeah.
So as of January 1st, I started, so that would have been Raw.
Yes.
January 1st. I started watching. I'm watching as much of the WWE wrestling content as I can. I'm watching Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live.
Not 305, not 105, but 205.
And of course, NXT, which is my favorite, has been my favorite in the past. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also trying to fit in Ring of Honor. So I'm going to try and fit that in too. And then I'll try and keep up on the news and the rest of the stuff. That's where he's going to come in a lot, is the news on the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Because
I don't have cable. I usually catch all the highlights on YouTube. There's usually videos put up like the day after of all the various wrestling promotions. So I usually just sit there and watch those.
So yeah, you'll hear on those days, on those shows, where we think wrestling should be and what it should do. There's 1,001 shows out there. If you guys want that, hopefully you'll enjoy watching ours and our take on it. And our prediction shows, unlike our prediction shows in the past, will actually be prediction shows as to who we think is going to win the match. In previous shows, it was who we wanted to win the match.
Exactly.
And we're going to put stakes on it, but we'll get
into more of that next week when we actually do our Royal Rumble predictions. Yeah.
So we've got it all worked out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. So, on to tonight's topic. Or topics.
The state of the WWE. Where to begin? Well, I mean, as of right now, it looks like Paige is probably going to end up being retired.
Yeah, that's what you were saying there. I don't know, I always take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt until it's actually announced by the WWE. I don't know if she's going to accept it, but we'll see if that's the case. We might actually hear about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because from the news, it seems like she was told last week.
Yes.
So we might hear something about it now when I go back home to watch Raw tonight. Which will be last night for when you're watching this probably. Or when it's put up anyway. But we'll see how that goes. That sucks. To me, in my mind, because she was pretty much the beginning of this
women's
revolution, attitude change on the part of the WWE, not so much the wrestlers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It sucks.
I enjoy. Yeah, I really did enjoy Paige when she was actually wrestling. For the first, I guess, couple of years that she was actually in the WWE. I slowly got away from her. Nothing about like the whole Alberto Del Rio thing or the leak of the
I think
the sex tape and stuff like that. That didn't. I don't know. She kind of wore on me the wrong way a bit.
I have to say, just to throw this in there, it's funny how the sex tape really affected her and her career.
Yeah.
And even though Xavier Woods had a part to play in that,
Yep.
it did
Really
nothing. It affected him whatsoever.
No.
Just want to throw that out there. That's an interesting point to be made. I don't agree with it, but I think he was off TV for like a month, and then that was about it.
Yeah. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So.
Yeah. So anyway, I think for me with her, the character just became stale.
Yeah.
It was the same character coming out and complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining. Or you know what I mean? The character, not her.
Not her as a character. Her creative direction that they put her on was what got me.
Yeah.
Not her herself, but the direction that the company was taking her in, and
it just staled for me, right? And, but I think too that when she was the only one doing an actual wrestler, it was fresh, it was new, and whether WWE didn't change or she didn't change as it progressed into something different, that's what I found. Everyone else caught up to her and passed her.
Yeah. And they just kept her at that one level.
Yeah. So that's what I found out. But having said that, what's happening in the women's division right now is absolutely amazing compared to where it was.
Oh my God! Yes.
3-4 years ago, even right. I enjoy. I was not a person. I was not a guy who tuned into to wrestling to watch half naked girls have pillow matches or pillow fight matches or lingerie matches or. I'm sorry, I turned on wrestling. I want to watch wrestling. Yeah. So that's why for years I would fast forward WWE's female matches completely because they were boring. They weren't allowed to hit the face. They weren't allowed to.
Yeah, that was the big thing back in the day. You can't hit the face. The face was their moneymaker.
Yeah, and there was. I'm sorry to say, but the talent wasn't there because the women who actually wanted to wrestle were doing it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to go to the WWE because they weren't allowed to wrestle there.
Be subjected to.
So, so since they've allowed them to actually wrestle, it's been good.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that it's been 2 weeks of me watching. My whole thought process on Raw and SmackDown was very much that the Raw brand was holding the women back and the SmackDown brand was letting the women do their thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
That doesn't seem to have changed.
No.
Doesn't seem to have changed
really
at
hasn't.
all. It's funny how in a 2-hour show as compared to a 3-hour show, the women seem to play more prominently and have more screen time.
Yes.
And I don't know if that is the case or if it's just me, but I've watched 2 episodes now of SmackDown, I think is what it is. Yeah, it would have been 2 episodes first week and last week. And the women seem to have more time on screen time on SmackDown than they do on Raw.
Yeah, Raw's usually a squash match and that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's one match over, done with, and let's get it over with. We got to have a women's match, so let's have a women's match. It's almost like we got to have a 205 live match, so let's have the 205 live match.
Yeah, they can really do it on Raw. 205 live.
I don't mind the 205 live matches as long as it's worked into the storyline. I never liked, and it seems to be working. I haven't really noticed it, which means it's probably doing better.
Yeah.
I know when they first started doing it back when I was watching last year, it was, oh, why are there so long between matches? Oh, they must be doing a 205 live match because they have to change the ring completely and get it ready for those matches. I don't know if they're still doing that. I never noticed it. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I haven't noticed that gap. So as long as it's weaved into the storyline and there's a storyline with it, and it's not just we must do a 205 live match. Here's the 205 live match, and the 205 live match past couple of weeks has involved Goldust.
Yes.
So it's actually weaved into the storyline of Raw.
Yeah.
over just being a 205.
Live match.
So, and they've actually brought him onto the 205 show as well. So, it's worked out, I think.
But he's nowhere near 205.
No, they make fun of that.
Yeah.
Did you see the 205 match he did in on 205 Live?
No.
It was a tag team match, right?
Was Cedric Alexander?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, not Cedric.
No?
I can't remember who it is. I have no good with names. But anyway, they're doing the match, right? And so he jumps in, and they're doing the off the ropes, right?
Yeah.
Down, jump over. He stops him in the middle of the match. He goes, stop! Bends down, going, I can't keep up. You're going off the ropes. You're jumping, and I can't. Wait. Okay. It's freaking character, right? I mean, this is what he can teach them, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
probably why they put him over here.
Because, I mean, this is the thing. I find those 205, it's more about the skill than it is about the story. And I'm much more of a story guy than I am a skill guy. Don't get me wrong, I like to see good matches. But you got to tell a story.
Yeah.
It is entertainment. That's the one thing WWE's got that they're...
You can tell a good story without good wrestling.
Yeah.
But you can't tell good wrestling without a good story.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
So.
Yeah. No,
I probably worded that.
But I know
that's hack words, but
yeah, no, I know what you mean. You can have bad wrestling, you can have bad skill and still have good wrestling. But if you've got bad skill and bad story, you've got bad wrestling.
Bad wrestling. Bad.
You may not be the most skilled wrestler in the world and still be good on TV and good at wrestling. Chair?
I'm probably going to fall through the floor in a minute.
And we will all laugh.
I won't because it's going to hurt.
But, so yeah. But overall, how do you feel about the WWE right now?
That's tough. That's very tough. I can't say I don't enjoy it because there's a lot of the aspects lately in the past little while anyway that I've been watching that I've really grown accustomed to a lot of the characters and development that they've done with a lot of them. Like Braun Strowman. I absolutely love Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
He's not a heel. He's not a face. He's right there in between. He can go either way.
He's him.
But I can't hate the guy.
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many videos of him outside the ring, and he's just like one of us. Like.
But the nice thing about a character like that is in a split second.
Yeah, he can
be
change on a dime.
Now, I don't like it when they swish-swash back and forth.
No.
But any second he could come out and destroy the biggest face and everyone would hate him. Whoever that biggest face is.
Well,
no, but you know
they tried doing that with him and Roman Reigns, and
yeah, but no. I'm sorry, no. Roman Reigns was never a face. Not
in the eyes of the WWE.
Yes, but no, but that's what
Roman Reigns was their John Cena, their prize golden boy, the biggest face in the company, and then you had Braun Strowman, who was supposed to be the biggest heel at the time.
You know what I mean by that.
Flip reversed it.
You're not a face just because the company wants you.
I know that.
No, but I'm talking about. That's when I say face. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, they come out and he destroys. And I don't mean just a little bit. He comes out and literally destroys the fans' favorite wrestler. And he could be a heel in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's just say Rey Mysterio was still in the WWE. Everyone loved him. And he came out and left Mysterio in a pile on the, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't take long before, but... That's
that would only last as long as they had a story going with that person.
But that's
because the next week he can come out and beat out the biggest heel that there was, and
no, but
the other way.
That's what I mean, right? I don't like it when they go back and forth and it's all on.
Oh, I hate it when they go.
He's created a character, or they've created a character. I don't think it's all him, but. They've created a character that could work for them on both sides of the fence.
Oh, definitely.
It's up to the writers to keep him on one side for a good bit of time,
Yeah.
and then find a way to switch him over to the other side. Right now, like he seems to be straddling that fence.
Oh,
I would like to see him go on one side or the other. Doesn't mean I'm going to hate him.
No.
Because that's not how I...
That's like me.
But I want to see a heel and I want to see a face. I do. Right?
No, I agree 110%.
That's where my thoughts on the state of the WWE right now is. I don't know if they know what they're doing when it comes to...
And in a lot of cases, you don't know who's a heel and who's a face.
Yeah, and then that's where I am right now. It's like turning it on after being away for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Turning it on, I'm expecting certain things. And that's like Bobby Roode is now in the WWE, which is absolutely fabulous. I like Bobby Roode. I love the Glorious Angle, but I expected him to be a heel because he has a heel's attitude.
This is true.
And he's a face.
He's much better as a heel.
Isn't he? Is he a face?
Yes.
Like,
no, man. Yes.
He's facing heels. I know that. So, but I'm like, but his attitude is
so heelish.
Yeah. And I know you can switch, but he hasn't been in long enough to be heel attitude as a face.
No.
You know what I mean? He hasn't. Yes, we all know Bobby Roode, and he's been around for a while, and you know him, I know him. But you have to treat it just as the run that he's on now in the WWE, and you have to treat it as someone, he just came into the WWE, no one knew him before, or at least some people didn't know him who he was before, so you have to let him run as that character.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that he's gonna lose momentum.
Well, he's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Because I mean,
no ifs, ands, or what about it.
You come in with that glorious attitude, right? That is so
presumptuous,
great. You run that for 2 years with that attitude, and then turn face.
Yeah.
And you carry that momentum on for years. You come in for 2 months, and now he's a face. I don't even know if he came in as a heel. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. But I think it'll get stale really quick.
No, he came in as a face because he came in with the Dolph Ziggler angle. Where Ziggler was doing all the impersonations of everybody's entrances.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what he came in.
So, yeah, I think it becomes stale to some people. It will never become stale to me because I've been watching Bobby Roode for a long, long time. But I think to some people that'll come stale if they don't know who he is and his background. So, and then you have the whole Daniel Bryan thing, which is really throwing me for a loop. We seem to be setting up for Daniel Bryan versus Shane
McMahon,
which is the whole rumors about what's going to happen. Apparently, I don't really look into the rumor side of things. That's try and just watch wrestling. That's what you're probably going to get here from me. He's going to have all that background information, and I'm going to go, this is what's happening on TV.
Yeah.
Right? So, which is why we like our dynamic a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's just, I look at the setup of Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, and the history of Daniel Bryan with the McMahon family.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, okay, they're going to face each other. That means we're going to have Daniel Bryan as a face and Shane as a heel, and he'll go back to the whole family issue. Never, ever in my wildest dreams would I picture that being reversed. We're going to keep Shane as a face, and we're going to make Daniel Bryan turn heel. Because the only way Daniel Bryan has really turned heel has been off the rocker nuts. Like, snaps.
Yeah.
Right? In the WWE. I don't know his experience. From my understanding, he was a great heel outside of the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I have not seen any of that. So, my experience with him in the WWE has been the only way he really turns to be a really good heel is when he snaps. Which brought out the whole beard and the...
Yeah.
Right? So, I just don't see it. And the fans don't want to do it because the whole yes, yes, yes.
Or, as of right now, it's the yip, yip, yip.
Love it. But, like, maybe it's going to work out. The other thing I find with it is they're doing it so obviously.
Yeah.
That this is what's setting up.
There's no subtlety to it whatsoever.
No.
It's all completely obvious.
So, maybe something different will happen. That's what I'm hoping for. Something we're not expecting, but we will have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because usually the WWE tries to be subtle. They fail. But usually. And so this time they don't seem to be trying to be subtle. It seems to be very, very, very blatant. So,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
What else? Goldberg, the very first inductee for the 2018 Hall of Fame.
Was it announced?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
Must be on Raw today.
Well, it's on the website anyway right now.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, announced tonight on Raw.
Goldberg!
Once again, like I say, I watch television. I get all my info from TV. You get it all from...
I get it all from the interwebs.
So... We'll have two different dynamics. He'll tell me something like that. I'll go, hey, where'd you hear that? It was on the WWE site. Oh, cool. He'll go, oh, well, this one said it, that one said it. I'll say, well, I'll hold my judgment until it actually comes out.
Yeah. No, it's so. I guess they'll probably play the video package or whatnot.
Didn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
No, me either.
Yeah, I think that was expected right from his run last year.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, that was my thought of it anyway when he brought him back for the video game. Was it video game? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first.
No. That was the year before. Well,
I think yes and no. When they first brought him back in for the video game,
yeah,
I figured it was last year or this year. It would be coming soon.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be last year. He was going in the Hall of Fame. Because normally that's what they do. The person they put on the cover ends up like going into the Hall of Fame or something like that. Like,
or comes back for a match, which in this case is what
he did. He actually stayed for 6 months.
Yeah.
So, or 5 months, whatever it was.
So,
but very well deserved.
Oh, very much.
I'm a huge Goldberg fan ever since they first debuted him in WCW.
Once again, love him or hate him, because I know there's people on both sides of this fence.
Yeah.
But his impact on wrestling, the wrestling world, and what WCW did with him when he first started was unmatched.
Yeah,
and WWE has tried to do it since and has failed.
I beg to differ.
Oh, really?
Because they've done it with Asuka.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I wasn't even thinking of Asuka.
They've successfully done it with Asuka.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even thinking Asuka. I was thinking, you know who I was.
It took them many years to get to that point.
Yeah.
But they've managed to do it with Asuka.
And I think that's why, is because they did it to someone different.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't come in like they'd take a female. If they'd done that with what's her face, Nia Jax, it may not have worked. No, but I mean the person you expect to be able to do it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
When you look at Asuka, if you don't know her background, and you look at Asuka, you don't say she's going to dominate the women's division.
Yeah.
She could, but you don't think. Whereas you look at Nia Jax and you go, how is anyone going to beat her?
Yeah.
Maybe they find a way. I mean, don't get me wrong. And I didn't like Nia Jax. I didn't like how quickly they transitioned her into the WWE. I thought she could have really used some extra time in NXT.
Another few months in NXT wouldn't have hurt.
Yeah.
But I think right now, what they're doing with her is a lot better than what they started with.
Yeah, once again, I'm not 100. I don't know exactly where they're using her in, because I haven't seen anything.
Well, actually, she's facing Asuka tonight on Raw.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's gonna lose. She's not gonna break Asuka's streak.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had a pretty good match at NXT. A couple good matches actually.
Not that I saw those because that was when I wasn't watching, but yeah, I heard about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. I think doing it with Asuka is a good way of doing it.
Yeah, well, it was unpredictable, right?
Yeah. Because the other thing is they started in NXT.
Yeah.
She was undefeated in NXT.
Yeah.
She never lost a single match.
And then they carried it on to Raw.
Yeah.
Which is smart on their part.
Yeah. But they've tried to do it with other wrestlers that look like Goldberg, and it didn't work. They tried to do it with what's-his-face. Bad with names.
I believe the guy you were looking for is Ryback.
I was trying to make me not look like a complete and utter idiot.
No.
No?
No.
Why?
Because it's my job to make you look like a complete and utter idiot.
I quit.
Well, on that note,
what is his name?
Ryback.
Ryback. Yes,
Ryback.
that's it.
And they failed with him
Over and over again. They
multiple times.
Yeah. So because that was, I mean, the fans, you can't do something like that and make it so blatant.
No,
because the fans knew it right off the bat. I mean,
they were chanting Goldberg
exactly
during his matches. So I mean, obviously, fans nowadays aren't stupid. We're not stupid. We really know what's going on behind the scenes because there is no kayfabe or what kayfabe there used to be. It's been nullified to a bare minimum anymore.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah. And well, this sort of leads into my next point or the next thing I'd like to talk about, and then I think we'll probably wrap. I don't want this to go on for hours.
Yeah.
Because we could. We really could talk to you guys for hours about this stuff. I would like. WWE recently has really, to me, they've been trying to steal angles or storylines from other, I don't know what you want to call it, other organizations.
Yeah.
I would like to hear your personal opinion about the Hardys and him being woken instead of being broken.
It was brilliant. They couldn't get the broken, licensing from TNA. They found a way to work around it. It's the same character. They just changed one word in the name. That's it.
This is where we're different on our opinions. To me, I'm like, oh, come off it. Seriously?
No, it's genius on their part. Why it took them so long to do it is beyond me.
Yeah, see, I'm on the other fence with that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm glad they brought him over, but can you seriously not come up with an original idea? If they had come in with the broken gimmick, I would have been perfect. But to spend 6 months, 10 months trying to fight this and get it and not working and then calling him woken, to me it slaps of the whole when they were doing when Hulk Hogan and Macho Man went over and the WWE was doing the
Macho Man.
That's what it slaps me of, right? It's like, except they're really trying to do it. Same thing with Balor Club. I like the fact that the Balor Club is on WWE, but at the same time, in a sense, I go, seriously, you couldn't come up with original idea with these guys? Because they have tried, what's the two guys' names?
Gallows and Anderson?
Gallows, they have tried, and they have not been able to do anything with them. Now, mind you, I believe that they exist in a PG-13 R-rated world where the two of them would have killed it in the Attitude Era.
Oh my God, hands down.
And I think they're having, I don't know if it's so much them, but the WWE writers and creative is having trouble trying to nerd. As funny as I like that, is that relevant nowadays?
Really not, because everybody's a nerd in their own way now.
And everyone accepts it. Yeah. Right?
Nerds are cool, damn it!
Stone Cold disagrees.
He's drunk. He's pissed drunk.
But the thing is, I think you could work that angle with the whole nerd, them being these bullies.
Yeah.
And the rest of the people going,
we're nerds.
Big deal about nerds. Like, seriously, what's the big deal? And them going,
and then backtrack.
Because they could do that.
Yeah.
But I think the WWE,
they can pull it off.
I think the WWE creative is having a hard time trying to figure out how they could work that attitude and that
still be PG
and bring it into the PG-13 world.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love the Balor. I love that the Balor Club is there, which is really, we all know who it actually is. It's not the Balor Club. It's the Bullet Club.
It's the Balor Club.
But that's, to me, the same. As much as I like the fact that Hardy is woken, I'm still like, seriously, with all your money and all your creative, you just went out and bought them, right? And
I don't see it that way.
Yeah, so like I said, we'll
when he first came in, he did have that hint of brokenness to him.
He did, yeah.
Obviously, because he was doing the delete chants at WrestleMania.
I don't think you could lose that. The fans wouldn't let him.
No, the fans wouldn't.
Yeah,
obviously, because it was golden.
Yeah,
he was sitting on a golden goose, on a golden egg.
They literally left one show, went to another show, or one organization went to another organization, and then left that on a Saturday night and showed up Sunday night in the WWE. He couldn't. In today's day and age, with the internet as big as it is, he couldn't.
No.
Just drop it completely.
No.
So.
No, I don't have an issue with it. I really don't. I think it's great. I think it's a subtle way to get around a lawsuit.
Yeah, to me, it's a cheating man's way of getting around a lawsuit.
Hey, sometimes if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. But anyway,
because it's the same. It's the exact same character. It's just it's not a loophole, but it's just an easy way to get around that lawsuit. If TNA wasn't willing to sell him the broken gimmick, well, we'll just change a letter and he'll be woken.
I know. It seems a little sleazy to me. Don't get me wrong, though. On the other side of that coin, I believe the in this case especially that Matt Hardy owns.
Oh, I agree too.
I don't think that TNA has any right to it whatsoever.
No.
Because this is stuff that, in my understanding, this is something he's had in his mind and in his creative juices for years.
Well, they gave him creative control, right? So he created all this. This was on him.
It just happened that he was in TNA at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they should have the right to hold that over him at all. So having said that, I just, knowing once again all the stuff that was going on in the background, I just found that a little cheesy. I also, if they had come in doing that, I probably would have bought it. But it seems like we're going to try. Well, we're giving up.
You couldn't really do that at WrestleMania.
No, I agree. But they could have done it sooner than now.
Oh, they could have. But now they've got time because where Jeff is out.
Oh, I know.
Now they've got ample opportunity for me.
And I think the same thing with the Balor Club. They've tried. They've been calling them the club for
a while.
But if you're going to do that, when they came in and they started calling them the club with AJ, then they should have just ran with it.
Should have.
I mean, literally, they should have just ran with it, and then it would have been done.
Yeah.
But the other thing that, and I know I said that was going to be the last thing, but I also want your opinion on this, is there seems to be factions forming in the WWE.
I know you love it.
I got an opinion on it, and I'll tell you now in a second. But I'm wondering what your thoughts of factions forming. Now, I'm saying factions because I have an opinion on factions in a second.
Yeah, your opinion on factions is 4 more people.
Well, anyway, what do you think?
I don't have anything negative to say about it. I think
are you seeing that? I guess is my question too. Are you seeing that there's this seems to be built?
Oh yeah, hands down there is.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good thing because wrestling needs more factions. There's more opportunities to do more and different storylines when you have factions involved. You have gang warfare.
Yeah.
Which is something what I really love, especially with like the Wyatt family versus the Shield.
Yeah.
Was absolutely phenomenal. Shield was heels, the Wyatts were heels. Everybody cheered for them because they knew they were going to get a freaking wicked brawl. Yeah. And they got a freaking good brawl out of it.
Yeah. No. Now you want to know my opinion?
Yeah.
I think the WWE has kept factions at 3 plus 1 woman. Or 3
plus 1 woman?
Or, no, yeah. Name a faction that's bigger than 3 members. Right now in the WWE.
There is none.
There's one. That's bigger than 3.
Sanity.
That's why I said 3 plus 1 woman.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only Sanity.
Yeah. my personal thoughts here, or my outside thought is because there's a couple of other that they're bringing in a triple threat type belt, or a 6-man tag belt of some sort.
Okay.
Because it's all groups of 3. Everything that I've seen, there's no faction. That's why I'm not faction. Because in my mind, I like factions, but if everyone's a group of 3, there's no factions.
No.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. A faction is a group that can come in and beat the out of everyone. But if everyone's in a group of 3, it's just tag teams.
But Saturday it works because you have 4 wrestlers.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Normally it's like you have the valet.
Yeah. And, no. Yeah. I understand that. That's why. I
say like 3 plus 1 woman, but I look at it as
that's 4 wrestlers. Oh no, I agree.
It's not 3 wrestlers and a valet.
Yes. No, it's
wrestlers.
not. No, yeah, they are 4 wrestlers.
Yeah.
But every other group, and they're NXT. They're not in WWE right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got Paige. What was it? Riot Squad on SmackDown. You got Absolution on Raw. You've got.
Well, the welcoming committee came back there last week on Raw too, on SmackDown too.
Oh.
There's 4 of them technically, but what's her face? I don't think.
Well, you got 4 horsewomen.
Yeah, but they're not a faction right now.
No, not right now. They were in NXT. We got New Day.
Well, let's say New Day's 3, Shield's 3. The Miz Taraj 3. But seriously, and then even Daniel Bryan going with
Sami Zayn,
Kevin Owens 3. There's a lot of 3s.
Rule 3.
That's why I'm curious as whether they might be bringing in, or whether they're listening and they think this is factions, because this is not factions. And not even 4. It's being able to come in and dominate, because if I come in and fight your 3 people and I've got 2 people behind me, I'm not going to get beat because it's 3-on-3. You know what I mean? No, but in a faction, it's because I've got more people and I'm going to come in and take over.
Yeah, but I'm going to beat you anyway.
Anyway, I wanted to get your opinion on that. We should probably call it a show.
No, I like the fact that they're bringing factions in. I just don't want too many of them.
Well, the Balor Club is another one of 3.
Oh yeah.
So
for now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but right now this is
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe they are bringing factions back and they want to see which one catches.
Doesn't Enzo have his own faction?
Yes, he does.
There's 4 or 5 of them.
No. As far as I've only seen 3. Once again, 3, because it's the ones that have been fighting Goldust and the other guy, because Enzo was sick. So it was his 2 buddies, and maybe there is more, but all I've seen so far.
I know it started off with more.
All I've seen on 205 Live right now is 2 and Enzo. So once again,
rule of 3. Rule of 3.
But this is why I was like, there's a lot of groups of 3. Maybe they're bringing in a triple or whatever it was, a 3-man tag, 3-man. I don't know.
6-man tag title. Ooh, that's a big title.
Because they have one in Ring of Honor, I do believe.
Oh, I don't know.
And they have one in Lucha Underground.
Yes.
But it's made. Well, Lucha Underground, as we know, is mixed.
Yeah.
Completely. Women face the men. It's any title's up for grab. There's not exactly a woman's title there, I don't think. So, mind you, I don't even know if Lucha Underground is still flying or not. I don't know what it's doing right now.
I haven't watched.
But they have the 6-man tag titles or 3-man or whatever they're calling.
Okay.
But so I'm wondering if they're not thinking or if they're testing the waters to see. And then NXT has a new 3-man faction as well with because they just did War Games back in November, wasn't it? Where it was 3 man teams.
Yes.
Now one was sort of put together, but it was
Sanity. Yeah, because it was Authors Pain and
Buddy. Because we're good with names. And then it was, what's the other guys? What's the new group down there? I can't remember the name. Age of. I can't remember.
I haven't watched NXT.
I'm so bad with names. I'm gonna have to actually come in with notes so that I don't do this all the time. But anyway, there's 3 new guys down there, and they're kicking butt. They actually kicked Sanity's ass a couple times, so they're actually the new tag titles down there.
Ooh.
So, once again, group.
Oh, that's Adam Cole's group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Adam Cole. I don't know the other two. Fish.
Yeah,
One of
fish.
those names Fish.
Yeah, something like
or
that.
Fishman. Or...
But they've got a name too.
Yeah.
Because when they did War Games, Kevin Owens was there and he was wearing one of their shirts, which I thought was pretty neat too.
Ah.
Kevin Owens was actually, and he actually, when they brought him, he sort of opened up his jacket because he had a suit jacket on over top, and he sort of opened it up, pointed at it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
oh, cool.
I had to. I know I said I wasn't watching NXT back then, but when the first NXT show of 2018 was a recap, and flick, yes, was a recap, and when I saw that they had War Games, I had to find it and watch it. Had to find War Games and watch it. I was so happy they brought War Games back. I thought it was the one pay-per-view that WCW did that honestly showed creativity.
Yeah.
Everything else was sort of, well, WWE has this, so we're going to do
this. You mean you didn't like the 3 stages of hell cage match?
Yeah. But the fact that the 2 rings, the cage, I mean, the cage, yeah, it was a cage, and yeah, they tried to do it to compete with, but it was unique.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So I was glad to see that back. So anyway, I think we should end it there.
Yeah.
Because that's probably about 35, 40 minutes. Which is probably enough time that you guys don't.
You probably sick tired looking at our faces.
But anyway, so this is what we're going to do next week.
Next week we're doing...
Hopefully we're going to do it every 2 weeks, but because we're getting a little bit of a late start, we had some stormy weather here this weekend.
Yeah, we
couldn't get together. So it'll probably be every 2 weeks, but we will be back next week. Hopefully on Wednesday. Next week.
Yeah.
Because we're going to watch Raw and SmackDown before we do our predictions. And we've got a nice little setup. We're gonna it's a complicated setup. We're going to try and explain it to you so that you can understand, because we barely understand it.
I understand it perfectly.
But stay tuned. Check us out next week.
Catch you out next week for the Royal Rumble.
Okay, should it? I gotta talk to them. I want to talk to them. And if you guys have opinions or anything, or you want us to talk about any specific topic in wrestling, Pacific.
Where's the idiot now?
Anyway, if there is anything you would like us to talk about wrestling-wise, let us know on Facebook. Leave a comment below this video. Find a way to get in touch with us, and we will gladly discuss it.
And subscribe.
Absolutely. All right, share. Bye-bye.